Hi, welcome in, welcome to this video. Today is the first day that we are gonna start the transformation of this room. I am super stoked. I'm a little bit scared because we're gonna do a big change. I'll do a little spin of the room as it is right now. So the biggest change is actually not gonna happen on this side. However, the desk behind me, I will do like a tour of what is on my desk, what I use to stream, what I use to create content, because that is kind of what this video is about as well. It's not just a room transformation, it's also like an official tour, I guess. But we're gonna mostly change this side. As you can see, there's a bunch of names on the wall right now. Yesterday, I had my 1-year stream anniversary over on Twitch, and everyone who donated, subscribed, all of those things actually got their name written on the wall as kind of an homage or a goodbye to this specific background, because I have been using this background for the past 3 years. It's quite iconic, but it's time for a change. So let's dive right in and let's start with the preparation of this room for its very first paint job.
This is a ready for painting row. I have changed into my painting attire. You'll see on my pants. You can basically guess all the colors that my house has because this is the pants that I always wear when I'm painting. But it's time. I have taped everything. I have removed everything from the background. So it is time for the first layer of white paint. We're gonna actually go for a beige wall as like the basis. A carpenter is going to come in and also like make kind of a custom cupboard shelving situation, but the basis of the wall is going to go from this to beige. So first we probably need about 2 layers of white paint to actually get rid of the existing mural to give us a good basis to work off, to then do probably 2 layers of beige. I'll see, maybe I can go with 2 layers of white, 1 of beige. I will see whatever happens. Also, the echo in this room is so much worse now that I've actually like removed stuff from this place. It is wild. Anyways, let's get into the time lapse of me painting. This is probably going to be the most satisfying part, so I'm curious to see how it's gonna go. Unfortunately, I don't have actually video material of the backdrop in the making for a couple of reasons. The carpenter wasn't really comfortable with being filmed, but also it took 2 full days of work to actually build the final version of the backdrop. So I'm just going to put a couple of pictures on the screen right now that show the process of the making off. Like I said, it took 2 full days. It was supposed to take 1, but as always with construction projects, you run into some challenges and it took a little bit longer than expected, but I'm really happy with the final result and I can't wait to show it to you and actually show you on camera what it looks like. But before we do that, I think it would be a really great time to dive in all of the things that are actually on my desk and that I use to create the content that I do for this channel, my Twitch streams, my other YouTube channel, and basically all of the places that you can find me online. I am honestly really happy with my current setup. Everything on my desk is super nice. I definitely did not start out like this, so this is a good reminder for everyone that is starting out to create content, potentially watching this video, please know that this setup has been 3 years in the making, and it definitely did not start out like this. At first, I did not have all of my monitors. I didn't have monitor arms. I definitely didn't have a fancy camera or a fancy microphone. I can put some pictures on the screen of like my setup through the years and all of the phases it went through. I changed a lot of things, from adding a mechanical keyboard to adding mouse mats to getting first one Stream Deck, then eventually getting a second Stream Deck when I collaborated with Elgato. I first had a different microphone compared to the one that I'm using right now. So there's been a lot of progress towards the current state of my setup. So please don't look at this and think that that is exactly what your setup has to look like as well to start creating content. However, with that being said, I would love to walk you through what is all on my desk. So we're going to start with the pretty obvious one, and that is my monitors. So I actually have 2 horizontal monitors and 1 vertical monitor. The vertical monitor is a Dell U2311HB. My other monitors are 27 inch and the Dell one is smaller. My 27 inch monitors are the Philips 272E1 GHJ/00. I'll make sure to link all of this in the description box down below. I do have like a whole page on my website specifically with all of my setup information. So if you're hearing all of this and you're like, oh my word, what is she talking about? Feel free to go check that out to kind of like use that as documentation of whatever I'm sharing in this video. But they have a 75 Hz refresh rate. It does have VSync, which is nice for gaming. I would also very much like to skin my monitors so that they are white, because right now I feel like they stick out like a sore thumb in a white setup, but I guess that's okay. For my keyboard, I actually have 2 keyboards. The one that you see on the picture right now is the Yunzi YZ84 wireless with Gateron brown switches and honey and milk keycaps. I'm personally a really big fan of the Gateron brown switches. My first mechanical keyboard was the Dravo Caliber V2 with Cherry MX blue switches. That thing made a lot of noise. So if I can do any recommendations for content creators, make sure that you don't go for blue switches unless you really want to, of course, but they make a lot of noise. Then for my mouse, I use the Logitech MX Vertical, which is something that I've been using because of all of my wrist pain and all of my joint pain that I'm experiencing. I actually had a wrist surgery a couple of years ago, and this mouse has literally been a lifesaver for someone who uses the computer 24/7, but also has ergonomic issues. Obviously for gaming, it's not the most ideal. I've actually been looking into a gaming mouse because especially when I play Fortnite, this mouse is just not the best. It is great for just productivity and working, but then whenever I want to game, I might switch to an actual gaming mouse. My mouse pad is the Dunsu light gray felt mouse pad. It is 100 by 40 centimeters, so it's actually really big, and I like that because then I don't have to worry about my mouse falling off whenever I'm gaming or whatever. It is really great for acoustics, specifically for my keyboard, because my keyboard used to sit just straight on my desk and it was a lot noisier, and now it's sitting on a felt mouse pad and it sounds so much better. So if you are someone that really enjoys a good sounding keyboard, I can highly recommend getting a felt mouse pad. I have a couple of different headsets that I use. I have the SteelSeries Arctis 3. That was the first pair of gaming headset that I ever bought. I have to admit that I don't wear it as often anymore because I don't think it is the most comfortable, but honestly, I think that's a very personal experience because everyone I hear talking about this always says that it's a ridiculously comfortable headset, but I have a very small head, so for me it always feels a little bit awkward in how it sits on my ears and how big it looks, but I did use it for a good time and the sound quality is fantastic. Then I also have the Logitech G Aurora collection, which I mainly bought because it looks pretty. I'm not even gonna lie, I completely fell for the looks of this headset, but the sound quality is pretty decent. I usually take it to the office with me to also use as actually my voice call headset. I really like that the microphone of this thing is detachable because that makes that I can also wear it as headphones, but I can also actually wear it whenever I want to do a voice chat with someone. However, on stream, I tend to wear my Apple EarPods the most, simply because I don't like wearing big headphones on stream. Then as a speaker, I have the Devoom TV Pixel Art TV. I got that as mostly decoration, and it is also a Bluetooth speaker. However, I would really like to upgrade to an actual pair of Mackie monitors. I would probably like to use this one as more of a Bluetooth speaker that I can also take with me. And then on my desk, I would like to have a dedicated set of monitor speakers so I can actually edit on those as well. Then for my stream gear, my main camera is Sony ZV-E10 with the kit lens, which is a 16 by 50 lens. Then to make sure that I can actually use my camera as a webcam, I use a Elgato Camlink 4K, which was very kindly gifted to me by Elgato, so I didn't buy that. But I do know that it's kind of the industry standard. Then I have I call it now my second webcam or my second camera, even though this used to be my main webcam for streaming for the first 2.5 years. And that is my Elgato Facecam. I bought this one, I think a month into my content creation journey, and I now use it for whenever I'm crocheting on stream, as a cat cam on my streams. It's basically the camera that I use for anything apart from my Facecam. Then as a microphone, the one that you're hearing right now is the Beacon mic. This is actually a recent upgrade. I used to have the Elgato Wave 1. Again, I bought that about a month into my content creation journey because I didn't really have a good mic. It was actually my very first investment into content creation. It was really good, and actually the Wave 1 or the Wave 3 are really affordable mics right now. So if you're looking to start your content creation journey, I can still highly recommend the Elgato Wave. Then for my mic arm, I use the Bomji. I don't know how to say this actually. The Bomji microphone boom arm mic stand in white, because I was just looking for a white mic arm and this was the most simple one available. And I actually have it decorated with some plastic ivy to make it look a little bit cuter for stream. As my main lights, I use two Elgato key lights, but I actually flip them around so that they shine their light towards my white wall. This way they don't hurt my eyes when I'm streaming for a long period of time. And also it makes the light a lot softer, kind of making my entire wall in front of me into a ginormous softbox, which makes the lighting on my face very soft with less harsh shadows. And people always say that my lighting looks really cozy and nice on stream. Then I have two stream decks. I actually have the 15 key black Elgato stream deck, but I painted it white and I ordered a custom cover because at the time you couldn't order actually Elgato covers in white. This was my first stream deck. I paid for it myself. This is the stream deck that I've used for a very, very long time. And then I got in touch with Elgato and they actually very kindly sponsored me the Stream Deck Plus in white with pink buttons. And it is actually a 10 out of 10 for me. I think if I were to recommend getting a stream deck for anyone right now, I would highly recommend getting the Stream Deck Plus rather than the normal one. I have a Nintendo Switch, which is actually skinned in a custom Etsy skin. It made it look really cute and like it fits really well within my setup. And that way it doesn't look like this kind of big black box, because I feel like the standard Switch is not the most pretty thing to have on your desk. I use an Elgato HD60 capture card to actually capture my Switch gameplay, make sure that it can be read by my streaming software, as well as shown on my main display when I'm gaming without any lag or any delays. Then as controllers, I have an Xbox One controller that I kind of borrowed, quote unquote, from my boyfriend. I also have one fake Switch Pro controller. I just got it off of Amazon. It works fine, but since I'm not like gaming a lot on my Switch and I mostly use it for when I'm on the go, I never felt the need to actually invest in a really high quality controller for my Switch. Then for the PC itself, for anyone that is a little bit of a PC nerd like I am, I used to watch setup wars religiously and I was always so intrigued with what everyone had in their PC. My CPU is an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X, 3.8 gigahertz. My GPU is a Gigabyte GeForce RTX 4090 Aero OC 16 gigabytes. My motherboard is an NZXT N7 B500. This was mainly picked because there's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on board of the motherboard, and it is a white motherboard, which looks ridiculously clean and aesthetic in my white case. Then as my RAM, I have the Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB 32 gigabytes in white, because again, I'm that extra. My CPU cooler is the Corsair iCUE H100i Capellix in white. As my main storage, I have two Kensington's NV1s 1 terabytes. Then as my power supply, I have the Corsair RM850X for 850 watts, basically. It's kind of in the name. Then my case is the Corsair iCUE 4000X RGB white. Again, very much an aesthetic choice. I really like the look and feel of this case. Then the lights on the inside of my PC are the Corsair RGB Strip Pro, which is very nice because I can actually sync it to anything that I have from Corsair, so all of the fans, everything in my PC, the cooler, and I can all make sure that they have like the same RGB vibe, the lights, the whole scene and stuff. So basically controlling the lights in my PC is really nice because it's all Corsair equipment, so I can just use one software to control it all. And then for the fans, I have the standard case fans. So again, those are Corsair, but they just came with the case. And then I have the CPU cooler, which again, I mentioned before already, it is water cooled. So the fans of the CPU cooler are actually in the front of my PC. I think that covers everything for the desk tour. So here are some final pictures for you to enjoy because I really enjoy my setup, so I love showing it off. And then I think it is time to cut to present day row to kind of give you a little bit of a tour of what the room turned out to be after the entire makeover.
My cat and I are here. to welcome you to the final version of the room. I am so incredibly stoked to share the final result with you. So are you guys ready for the spin? This is 2 weeks later, or even more than 2 weeks later than I originally recorded the intro of this video. This video took a lot of time to make. So if you're enjoying it so far, please toss a cheeky like for the big background reveal. Let's do the spin. There we go. I am so happy with how it turned out. It really truly matched my vision. I'll make sure to end the video with some really nice pictures and some good screenshots. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I am so thrilled with how this backdrop turned out. I cannot wait to make more content for you. So if you're not subscribed to this channel or my Twitch stream, feel free to go check both of those out. On my Twitch stream, you can already see how it looks on camera, so feel free to stop by. We would absolutely love to have you there. And with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, as the whole process of showing you around my room and changing it all up. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye, everyone!